NFL Sunday grades coming at you here on NFL Daily by Chat Sports. If you don't like my grades, guess what? You can yell at me. Here's my Instagram. Here's my Twitter. Come find me at MitchellRenz365. Let's break down the first game here. The Chicago Bears 3-0, baby, taking care of business against the Atlanta Falcons, who fall to 0-3. They get the win 30-26. The real storyline here is, though, Mitchell Trubisky benched for Nick Foles, and Foles came out through an interception, and I was kind of like, wait a minute, but then 3 touchdowns lead Chicago back to get a win over Atlanta. But I don't know about you, Atlanta Falcons, they get a big old F from me, from Chat Sports, and I bet you from every single person watching. Back-to-back weeks blow a huge lead. The Bears, they get a B. The Falcons, they get an F. It is time to fire Dan Quinn. And I think everyone in the comments, it is time to fire Dan Quinn, type F. Let's go to the next game here. The Rams against the Bills. LA, they fall to 2-1. The Bills 3-0. Probably the second, maybe third most entertaining game of the day. Both of these teams continue to play solid football. Josh Allen, 5 touchdowns, 4 with his arm, 1 with his leg. I'll tell you what, you want a sleeper MVP candidate? Josh Allen right now is playing out of this world. So my Week 3 grades for the Rams, it's a B+. They battled back. I actually thought that they were going to end up winning this one, but the Buffalo Bills right now playing very solid football, the ranked number 1 there in the AFC East. They get an A- grade from me. Let's now go to Cleveland and Washington. The Washington football team, they lose this one 34-20. The Browns, they win back-to-back games on the back of Nick Chubb, who had 108 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Also, Kareem Hunt had a receiving touchdown. Washington, I'm going to give them a C- grade. I thought they could have played a little bit better. I don't really think that this Cleveland Browns offense is honestly all that great. And then a B grade from Cleveland. Yes, they continue to show that they have the best running back duo in the league. But am I the only one that wants a little bit more out of Baker Mayfield? I don't think so. The Tennessee Titans get a squeaker, and it was such a close game. Frickin' Gostkowski makes 6 field goals. For all the ones that he missed in the past, he made up for them today. The Titans, they remain perfect, 31-30. Kirk Cousins, Minnesota, maybe you shouldn't have paid him all that money. Maybe you should have invested in your defense. However, for how bad the Vikings have looked, I am going to give them a B grade. And even though the Titans, I don't really think even played close to as what they could have, I am going to give them a B+ grade here. So if you guys are looking for just daily NFL videos, if you find yourself craving some NFL knowledge, go ahead, hit that big red button that says subscribe. Join us every Monday, Wednesday for our live shows at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. I promise you, you're not going to find another channel that likes to interact fans more than we do. All right, the New England Patriots, they go to 2-1 over the Raiders, who are now dropped to 2-1, 36-20. Rex Burkhead really pushed this team and was one of the biggest reasons why they ended up winning this game. They go 98 yards, 2 total touchdowns. It was funny, John Gruden this week called Cam Newton Slam Newton because he was a power forward playing basically quarterback. They controlled him pretty well, but the Raiders, they get a D grade. The offense did not show up whatsoever. Really missed Henry Ruggs in this one. And then for the Patriots, they're going to get a B+ grade from me for the simple fact of they put on points when it mattered. They forced turnovers and were clearly the better football team in Week 3. All right, let's go to the 49ers against the Giants. And I'll tell you what, I don't know what they're doing in New Jersey. I don't know what's in the water, but let's clear the water because the teams in New Jersey and New York are horrible right now. 36-9. Shout out to my man Nick Mullins, 343 yards and a tutty. 25-36. Hey, I know these questions, I know these comments are going to be coming up, and I can't wait to see what y'all have to say down here. Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Is there a quarterback controversy in San Francisco? Jimmy G, Nick Mullins. I'll say this, as much as I would love to type my Y for yes, Jimmy G's a better quarterback than Nick Mullins. All right, let's go to Houston and Pittsburgh, where I'll tell you, Houston, you got a problem. But I actually don't think that this is that bad of a football team. Sure, you're 0-3, but you lost to the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Steelers. Those 3 teams are going to be in our top 6 of our NFL power rankings, believe that. So the Steelers, they get the win 28-21. They also get a better grade of a B. The Texans, a C+. Deshaun Watson needs to be a little bit more consistent, but overall, if you disagree with any of our grades, yell at us. That's what Chat Sports here is all about. We got a tie. Ew. grade should be T because this is just horrible. The Bengals, the Eagles, they tie 23-23. Carson Wentz struggled. Joe Burrow was very good in this game. 312 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I mean, if you ask me who's the better quarterback, it's not even close right now, which actually makes me wonder because I'm from the Philly area, and Nick Foles, he's the one that ended up winning the Super Bowl for the Eagles, and there's a lot of people right now saying, hey, man, Wentz stinks. Why don't we bench him and play with somebody else? So let us know, is it time for the Eagles to bench Carson Wentz? 1 for yes, 2 for no. As much as I would like to say yes, it is, you got no one behind them. You don't bench Carson Wentz. The Bengals, they get a B- grade. The Eagles, this is a football team that I thought had a legitimate shot to make the playoffs. They continue to disappoint. They get a D grade from me. If you're looking for some new NFL jerseys, hey, go to chatsports.com/jersey deal. Authentic NFL jerseys for less than $80. If you need a Russell Wilson, if you need a Dak Prescott, whoever your favorite player, whoever your favorite team is, we got you covered here. Chatsports.com/jersey deal. And maybe my favorite thing, jersey insurance. Let's say Rob Gronkowski gets traded again. Guess what? Let us know. We'll get you a free jersey. Just go to chatsports.com/jersey deal. If you have a Jets jersey, trade that in because they stink. This is the worst football team in the National Football League, and I feel bad for people that are going to MetLife because it's ugly. 7-36. What an absolute disgraceful performance. The Jets have been outscored 94-37. Yeah, not great. You get an F, Jeff, for just being effing terrible. The Colts, an A- grade. My dad, big Jets fan. Can't wait to see what he has to say about this one. So let us know, how many games will the Jets win this season? I mean, I don't know if they're as bad as the 0-16 Lions, but you know what? I think they're worse than the 0-16 Browns. I'm a believer that they're going to run into a win sooner or later. But it's not looking good. I'm just going to say one. One win for the Jets. Let's go to the Carolina Panthers against the LA Chargers. Matt Rule gets his first win in Carolina. Teddy Bridgewater very efficient. Mike Davis filling in nicely for Christian McCaffrey. I thought Justin Herbert looked very talented as well, finding his main man in Keenan Allen, who had 132 receiving yards. So my Week 3 grades, Carolina, they get a B+ from top to bottom. Played a pretty solid football game, really in control. And the Chargers kind of laid a little bit of a stinker. I was hoping for a little bit more out of them after such a great game last week against the Chiefs. Let's go to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Brady looked pretty young. Didn't look 43, threw for 3 touchdowns in a road win. Denver, they really, really missed Drew Lock. Jeff Driscoll stunk. Then they brought in Brett Rypien. Yeah, who the heck is that? 28-10 win. Buccaneers, they get an A. The Denver Broncos, who just are dealing with injuries all over the football field, you are going to get a D+. But bottom line, it's not looking very good in Denver. And if you're John Elway, you got to be a little bit nervous. Shout out to the Lions. I can already see Micro Mike freaking out over this one. The Lions get the win, and this is huge. Like Matt Prater, he hit a 39-yard field goal to give them the win. That might have actually saved Matt Patricia's job. Kenny Golladay, he came back into the mix after missing the first 2 weeks with a hammy. 57 yards and a touchdown. Kyler Murray, yes, he was efficient, I guess, in terms of passing, but also 3 interceptions. That's not going to get it done. The Lions, they get an A grade. You know what? Heck, I might even give them an A+ grade for coming out, winning this game on the road against one of the best teams in the National Football League, against a team where I was like, wow, they could legitimately win the NFC West. You know what? Speaking of the NFC West, which I think we would all agree right now is the best division in the National Football League, who's going to win it? Type ARI for the Arizona Cardinals, type SF for the 49ers, type LAR for the Rams, or you can type the only team that is still undefeated. That's SEA. And you know what? That's where we're going next, and that's where my vote is here. And nail biter. I mean, you want to talk about two teams that just give their fans heart attacks. It's the Seattle Seahawks. It's the Dallas Cowboys. 38-31. Russell Wilson, 14 passing touchdowns. It is the most passing touchdowns the first 3 games in NFL history, and he's never had an MVP vote. Well, guess what? He's getting mine right now, and he is easily the front runner to win NFL MVP. But let's not take away glory from Dak Prescott, who was also very good in this game. 472 yards. He had to just throw one up at the end of the game. So you see 2 picks. Don't think that he didn't have a good game. This was a quarterback-driven game. Plus, you had DK Metcalf, who had an absolutely incredible touchdown. Should have had another, but he got knocked out at the end. Luckily, Tyler Lockett also picked up his slack. 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. A huge game for both these teams. Dallas, They didn't give up. That offense is legit. That is a top 3 offense in the National Football League. They get a B grade for me. Seattle, I might say this, they might be the second best team. Really curious to see what happens there. And the Chiefs versus Ravens game, if you haven't all yet ready, go ahead, hit that big red button that says subscribe, and give us a like here on this video.